I made a short explaining why I thought Minecart Madness from Epic Universe was the most overrated ride in the park. But I have a story on why I have a grudge against this ride that I couldn't fit into the short. So let's begin. We were only in Epic Universe for one day, so I had a mission that one day to ride every single ride there. Riding every ride also means riding Minecart Madness, obviously, it's in the park. So we were going to single rider it and not wait the 135-minute posted. After doing Monsters Unchained, the Frankenstein experiment, we headed to Donkey Kong Country only to find out that Minecart Madness had closed due to capacity. Now, this wouldn't be such an issue if it wasn't the first time this happened to us. This thing happened to us twice on Haggard's and Velocicoaster, so 4 times we had gotten to the single rider line and they had closed it due to capacity. So we were pretty sick of the single rider queue already. So we ended up doing a few other rides and then coming back later. And what do you know, they closed the single rider line again due to capacity. So we had a plan. Me and my brothers were going to go wait for Yoshi's Adventure, and my mom and dad were going to go get food. And then we would all collectively book it back to Donkey Kong Country and wait for the single rider line to open up. Me and my brothers waited about 30 minutes for Yoshi, and it takes about 2.5 minutes to get from there and back, so about 35 minutes passed. The minute we got off the ride, we booked it to Donkey Kong Country. And as we are running to the ride, we see the queue is open. The cast members are putting a rope in front of the queue. This was it. It had been 3 times we have gotten to the ride, it had been open, and they had closed it due to capacity. We were so mad, but we just decided to sit in front of Donkey Kong and just wait for it to open. We ended up waiting 20 minutes and then just left. We didn't want to waste any more time in Super Nintendo World. We formed a plan to come back 10 minutes before the park closed and then just wait and stand by, because we didn't want to risk any more time just coming back to the single rider queue and it not being open. We ended up coming around 9 o'clock, and the posted wait time was 70 minutes, so we just concluded that this was going to be the last ride of our day. And as we approached the ride, the single rider queue was closed. We fully expected this, but we were pretty disappointed to find out that we were just not going to be able to skip the queue. But in a right place and a right time, you can get some really good luck. Because as we are walking in standby, we see the sign that says that single rider queue is closed, switch to open. Finally, some good luck on this ride. That meant we only had to wait 30 minutes for the ride because it's Donkey Kong, so it doesn't really filter out many people. After that, we actually got to ride a final ride. We ended up riding Monsters Unchained because that's my favorite ride at the park, and that was a great way to end off our day at Epic Universe. We actually got to ride Minecart Madness twice because the first time the soundtrack didn't work, so they let us on the ride right afterwards. I know I talk a lot of crap about this ride, but I genuinely think that this is a cool ride, and it had a really good premise behind it. The only main reasons I don't like this ride are the excessive use of fake track and the fact that you can see the real track underneath, the long waits for this very overrated ride, and the theming in the queue. The animatronic of Cranky Kong and his parrot are really cool at the beginning of the queue, but the rest is really it's just a temple, and it's not very cool. This ride has so much potential behind it, but the fact that you can see the track underneath really gets me. Overall, this ride gets a 6 out of 10, 9 out of 10 for thrill, 6 out of 10 for theming, and 2 out of 10 for the ride just because I can, and that's the whole point of the ride. In conclusion, Minecart Madness at Epic Universe is the most overrated ride in the park, with Harry Potter and the Battle of the Ministry as a close second. Peace.